they started printing money since early 90s. By the time they get to the end of the 20s, by 2010, Zimbabwe to finish. What APC did to Nigeria in the last 9 years, they were all supposed to be rounded up, arrested, and shot aside, all of them. I don't know how many they are. Anybody associated with APC, a national shooter site, kind of, for you to understand the level of crime they have wreaked on Nigeria. Generations to come, they will suffer it. And by the time Tinubu is done, Napoli bag when I go to take the carry money, go buy bread. And it's not a wish. It is because he believes so much in that idea of, if we don't have enough money, let's print it. Priority to them is what gives them more money. That's what it will be the priority, not you. But here is what this guy had to say, Obi.
First to invite Mr. Peter Obi, presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general elections.
The chairman of the occasion and our dear president, my own, Your Excellencies, let me stand on all due and existing protocols. Now mine is a very simple one. First is to say big congratulations of your birthday, Dele Momodu. And thank you for what you did here, because until you said it, when we came in here, we were wondering what happened to this place. It's unfortunate that you have to be the one to change this place rather than Nigeria. So thank you very much for that contribution. He's the one who changed the carpet and everything. That's how Nigeria works, lack of maintenance. So it's important that it's noted. And thank you for showing that we need to maintain a place. Because, like you said, you shouldn't have been the one doing it. We must learn to maintain before we build a new one. We should stop doing new one until we finish the existing ones. Number two, I thank the guest lecturer for what you did and what you said. Thank you. When the president of Ghana said they are generating and distributing 5,000 megawatts, I was wondering, Ghana with 1/7 of our population probably generates and distributes more than us. I was doing the calculation and we're discussing with Governor Duke. We must declare emergency in power. And the way to go is very simple. Embedded power. And insist on gas supply. We have gas. We have it all over the place. I do not think, yes, we need the dollars, but I think making Nigeria more productive and pulling our people out of poverty, especially in the north, will give us far more value and dollars than focusing on exports. I think it's time to declare emergency. Geometric has shown it in Aba that embedded power will help us in that emergency. We should encourage it all over Nigeria. Thank you.
And he also said, talking about the judiciary, he had this to say.
Has been bastardized and made a laughingstock due to controversial judgments in recent years.
The existence of Nigeria. If we have business will thrive, investment will thrive, democracy will thrive, because people will now do the right things. But because today our judiciary has become as transactional as our businesses.
Obi maintains that for Nigeria to be taken seriously in the Community of Nations, there must be a full return to the rule of law, pointing out the need for the judiciary to launder its image for the good of the country.
We must.
So that was on the judiciary, just a mention, okay? Just a mention on the side. Well, you mentioned something about the oil. Well, the news we have here is that Bokwari has collected. How many of you remember that time that they gave a check of $25 billion for the sale of the oil blocks? Sometimes in 2016. Another one is due from next year. People renovate their, what do you call it? They renovate their oil license or licenses every 10 years. One of the reasons why Jonathan had to go, among many other reasons, so for this northern terrorist, was that for the first time in a very long time, Southerners were beginning to get the licenses where they could actually own the oil blocks. And that was unacceptable. And from what the rumor they heard, 2015, Jonathan had to go because the renewal of all oil block licenses was due to be carried out in 2016. So if Jonathan had been re-elected, there is possibility today that most of those possibility, don't take my word for it, because we will never know. All right, we will never know. But there's this plan that if Jonathan was there for the second term, right, most of the oil blocks in Nigeria, in Niger Delta region, more than 80% of it will be owned by the Niger Deltans or Southerners, because the licenses of some of these oil companies, or sorry, oil blocks, is, you know, they were given to themselves like a gift. You get that now? So they give it to them to go and sell it and come and pay for the license. So in 2016, Nigeria made $25 billion. Where is that money now? That is to say, Nigeria sold the future prospect, oil prospects, to those who are exploring the oil now. They paid. So when they removed Jonathan, and in 2016, Bokwari became very sick. So he lived most of his life in London hospital then. So the then NNPC chairman, Mike Antibaru, had to leave the acting president in Nigeria. That was Pastor Ruga, Oshimbade, Ikene Shatabandu. He was left in Nigeria. Mike Antibaru flew to London to go and see Abba Kyari and report back that this is it. The sale of these new oil licenses and all of that came to $25.1 billion. That was how much oil they were to take for 10 years by those people they sold that to. And at the same time, we are royalty. That's why Nigeria, when Nigeria is a producing country, that's one lie that we must not let our children grow up to tell. Nigeria is not an oil producing country. Nigeria has oil, but Nigeria is oil rent taking country. Nigeria has no single technology in our own oil industry. All Nigeria does is just sell it and collect money. And then when those oil explorers are taking all the oil, all they have to do is to give the account of how much oil they were taking, so that Nigeria can collect royalty of 46% or something. Nigeria is not even collecting up to 50% of our oil revenue. Do you know that? Even though they call you oil country. Nigeria is the only oil producing country that is not producing our own oil in the world. Not in charge, not a single technology of its, right there in their own industry. Only collecting royalty. Royalty is when they get the oil out, the owners of the oil blocks, they will take their money. And every other people that has a share in it, they will take theirs. And Nigeria will collect 46% or so. 46%, not even 50% of Nigeria oil money goes to Nigeria. Can you believe that? Even the 46% self, shishi, I know they see anymore. Because they've sold the NNPC to themselves. So NNPC is not like an agent helping Nigeria to sell crude oil. They will now be the one to tell you how much Nigeria is making from crude oil. It doesn't matter how much liter of petroleum, crude oil that is being taken from Nigeria. So the story is that this is why they can't give Dangote crude oil. So Dangote would have to go to Texas. They said he has already signed a deal that America will supply Dangote 24 million barrel of crude oil in a space of 3 years. The whole abracadabra, the whole deceit, the whole scam scheme continue to run deep. But it is Nigeria, darling. It is a crime scene. If they explain Nigeria to you, and you are not upset, angry, my dear, they never really explain Nigeria to you. Okay? It's a sad one. So yeah, Dangote refinery, I don't know when it's going to start to work anymore. Maybe 2029, maybe 2030. But they continue to drop all these stories here and there to continue to get you anticipate, hopeful. I don't know why they do that to you. So this afternoon was a report of one of their tank farm where they keep their imported finished products, AGO, diesel, petroleum, which is PMSC, which other one? Now kerosene, jet fuel, and all of that stuff. They import them because Nigeria can no longer refine any goddamn shit, man. Listen, Nigeria used to refine our own crude oil. Would you even believe this? The Nigeria refineries were working at least over 70% capacity when these criminals came in. And 2-3 years after that, the entire refineries stopped working. These guys have spent over $6 billion refurbishing Nigeria refineries. And up to this moment, zero liter of oil is being refined from that place. But there are workers, there, staff, senior staff who are buying cars, collecting salaries, collecting promotions, going on trainings and all of that stuff, producing 0 liter of petroleum and trillions of your money down the drain. So yeah, one of their farms was on fire this afternoon. I don't know the owner. I think it's an NPC. I don't know if that's going to probably affect your supplies or the price is going to jump up again. But one firefighter truck, one fire truck next to that huge tank farms, that tells you all you need to know. Like, do you even need a fire truck? Or you just have a center point where they just need to plug their hose, endless water. Because once the water in that truck finishes, right, they would have to wait and go and get another water. Incompetency, inefficiency. and corruption kills. I hope you know that. They do. Here is another thing I want to share with you. This one is for those of you who love, what do you call that thing again? UK used phones. Listen, if you are buying an iPhone, I don't know why people buy used iPhone. Like, why would you? I would, although if I was in Nigeria, but like living in this country, it makes me feel like, why would you buy a used iPhone? Understanding the whole security, as what do you call it, the security features, security and all that, that's kind of surrounds that, right? But Nigeria, there are people whose phones have been stolen from the UK, and you'll find them, a lot of them in China. You can check the location of your phone. You'll see them in Lagos, Computer Village in Lagos. Because those who have stolen phones here, right, they will sell them to those who are selling used phone in Nigeria. And they will tell them it is UK used phones, okay? But what I don't understand is when people buy their brand new phones in Nigeria and it got stolen in Nigeria, and then they got tracked, what would you do if this happened to you? I saw this online. I'm going to bring it to the temple to ask all of you, because I bet some of you probably have seen this before, right? What would you do in this situation? As the phone owner, or as the person who bought the phone that is considered stolen?
What this is my phone. I can't imagine. This is my phone. Can you imagine? I don't understand. What kind of what?
Listen, what?
Wait, are you okay? This is my phone. Are you okay? This is my phone. Even the card is still here. Can you imagine what? So I don't understand what is going on. I bought this phone with my money. See, I want you over to the police right now because this is my phone now. Someone stole this phone from me. And you are telling me rubbish. It's my phone. I'm going to hand you over to police. And you bring that. I lost my bag and my phone. And you are here telling me rubbish. I'm 200,000 inside and it's inside that bag. I don't know what you're talking about. I bought this phone with my money. I'm going to hand you over to the police. I don't know what you're saying. They are handing you over to the police. I'm handing you over to the police. That's just because this is my phone. I'm not going to live here without collecting my phone from you. Because this is just okay, wait, can you let me just call the person that sold this phone from me, please? Well, yeah, call the person. Just call the person. I don't understand. How will you just walk in and be telling me when I bought my hard-earned money? So I don't understand. Can you imagine the park? You know what? I'm just surprised. The park is still there. The park is still. This is the park now. It's not nothing changed. Not like as if they even changed the park or something. Everything is still like that. Can you imagine? You are gonna bring down my bag and my phone right away. Seriously. That is just. Give me the excuse.
Wait, don't try this.
See, I don't even need to drive. I just want them over to the police. When I hand her over to the police, she will bring my bag and my phone. That's just it. Because it's not even only this phone and collect.
Let me call the person that we had.
Call the person now. Call the person for
The number
friends.
is not going. You can dive me. The number with your own phone. The number is not going. I don't know how much. The number is not going. It's not going through. This is my phone. I bought it.
Wait, give back the phone.
Bring this phone. See, I'm going to report. You are going to the police station right away. You are going to the police station. What do you want to tell me? Bring that phone. Actually, I'm going to the police station. Right? Let's go to the police station.
Yanne, I'm going to get the camera. Set your finger and give them.
This is my phone. I don't know what to put. I bought this phone with my money. We are handing you over to the police right now. What are you talking about? Please, I don't know what you're talking about. Can you imagine?
We're here. Along the road, enter road. Number 7.
Can you imagine?
Opposite Unity Hall. It's your work in the back. Yeah.
The guy I bought this phone from, they give, this is a gift. So, and if you feel like
The Suwon brand gift.
I don't know
How many
what
villa?
you got with your phone. Give me your bank, give me your money. Don't
Thank you.
worry, you're going to give me my
Come here, direct.
200,000 right now. Can you imagine
Come.
rubbish?
Yes.
Can you
Come
imagine
there,
rubbish?
sir. Come there, sir. All the team members, come there. Direct.
I don't know where the number this is so I don't
If
know.
you like,
This is
call
so
me or
confusing.
her.
I don't understand
That's
what is
concern
going
you.
on.
No problem.
Yeah, the police are coming, right?
Yes, they're coming.
Give me the phone. This is see, you are dropping my phone. Can you imagine? No. Okay, you know what? Let's just go to the guy's house. That is the best. We are going to the guy's house. Let's go. Let's go. No. Let's go to the guy's house. Now we are going to the guy's house that stole this phone from me. That is the best. I think that is the best. Let's go to the guy's house.
So what are you gonna do? Like if I see my phone in your hand, I think I'll react the same way. This phone is personal. And you can always see like, no, that's my phone. So Nigeria is a place that you wonder why people kind of steal phones. Because a system where they steal phones here too. Oh. Don't get me wrong, they steal phones here, but it is not lucrative. You have to be part of an international syndicate. Like, for example, now China, they have an international syndicate that they put them in Canada, in the United States, and then here in the UK. So the moment they steal your iPhone or steal any of your smartphone, because you can't use them here. You can't. I mean, you can't, can you? I think you can't. Anyway, so they send them back to China, where they will go and reformat them, reconfigure, do this, do that, and they will now ship them straight to Africa. Yeah, you don't know that they do that. They do. You think it's just about you calling your friend to help you get UK used phone. Oh. Your friend will go to the shop, the what do you call the package shops, the Asian shops here, even some Nigerian shops here, okay, who are repairing some other phones and all that and putting them on sale and all that, right? Or buying them from girls who want to pawn their phone. Those girls who will pawn their phone for few drinks, right? So you see them and you go there and say, oh, I want to buy UK used. Most of them are stolen too. And you know something, even those who pawn their own phones, they will still report them stolen. So some of those package shops we have in the UK, they are just like collection centers. There's a record that more than, listen, this one is not a joke. They say there's more than 10,000 or, is it 10,000 or 13,000 people who actually loses their phones. Friday weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There are those every other weekend, more than 15,000 people just drop their phones or lose them upon them. Pawning your phone is just to walk straight into a shop and say, how much will you buy my Samsung Galaxy 22? This one on my old phone, right? If I take this to a shop now, right? So maybe somebody will pawn it for me for maybe 300 pounds. Okay. Then I will just call my network provider. My phone is stolen. And if I still have warranty on that, they will send me a brand new one. That's it. So you that I pawn it to, right? I mean, I pawn the phone to. If you're part of the syndicate, all you have to just put all of them in a bag and all of that, and then China. And then from China, repack, Nigeria, Africa. And it can come like it's new or yearly use or UK use, America use, and stuffs like that. But in Nigeria, where you steal a phone and they sold that and you kind of see your phone one-on-one. I've seen people who travel from the US to China to go and look for their phone because the location of where their phone was, the last location was somewhere like Wuhan. I mean, so I do ask myself that why would you buy? I've bought used phones before. When I was in Nigeria, I used to kind of get myself some smartphone, but not iPhone, not all these ones. But like, I do wonder, Sha, how it feels to buy iPhone, the high quality, sort of secure secure phone device in that place, and somebody just chopped it and said, "Hello, here, they inside here," and then you are just there like, "I'm not a thief. I bought this phone. I bought it." Say, "But yeah, but it was stolen. I bought it," kind of. So to avoid all of that, but Nigel, I don't know if my advice will work for you, okay? But shit happens there, right? So another thing that I've seen people kind of deliberate upon, this one is me kind of trying to give it back into Tifnumbu and his gang, okay? So it is the announcement. Since Tifnumbu and gang are mostly interested in taking rent, they are the rent-seeking rogues. They will tax you until there's nothing to tax you for anymore. And you'll just be dear liar. And they will never give anything back, ever. You can continue to hope and be like, oh, maybe they will do this or maybe they will do that. They won't do anything, but they will tax you to possibly to extinction. I promise you that one, because we have seen that happen many times where Tifnumbu continue to brag that, why would you even brag that your success is highest revenue generation? Like all of now we be say you claim to be educated. You are saying Tifnumbu